everyone. It is Friday, 10/27/2023. I am Delbridge, Benchmark Realty Murfreesboro, and this is a stock photo because I wasn't sure if I would be in a position to do today's show or not, and we do not have on our uniform for the show. So this weekend, Alabama is off, and we have on tap Tennessee at Kentucky. I believe that's Kroger Field. I believe we had a win, a loss, and a loss the last three games of Tennessee and Kentucky, so we're hoping that Kentucky can even it back up to 2 wins to 2 losses. Some people in Tennessee may not appreciate that. Of course, they may not appreciate it last Saturday's game. It was such a hard game that Alabama has the weekend off. They meet up with LSU the next weekend. Now, who else do we have playing? We got Georgia and Florida. Well, that's probably going to be a foregone conclusion. And we have also Texas A&M at Ole Miss. That might be a decent game. And we have, let's see, Auburn at Mississippi State. That might be a good game or might not be. So let's, now that we have dispensed with NCAA football, we have, of course, North Carolina and Duke still hanging in there fairly well. Grandma's from North Carolina, so we'll root for those teams as well. And we wish everyone's teams could win, although that's not really possible. So let's get on with the show. If you like this content, please go to CallDelToSell.com, find the tab that says on YouTube, click it, and it'll open up a page of QR codes. There you can use a smartphone to scan and get to the YouTube page, or you can just mouse over and click it on a PC. There you'll be able to subscribe to this little button over here and click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you when each Friday's blog has been uploaded. Thank you. Well, now we have this right here. We have the gross domestic product, and that is, I guess, a very good thing to see it advance, although some people would say it's not if you're looking to buy a home. Why? Because what we see is the Q3 that we just got our numbers for is up substantially, and that's the opposite direction we need if we want to have a recession. If we want to have a recession, in order to calm inflation, we need the GDP to turn the other direction, and it's still expanding quite healthily, although I think most people are using debt for their money to get by in this economic situation. Now, we can go through this, but I'll just give the link to this page right here where we have the chart in the description of the status chat over on the page on the YouTube channel where you find this particular episode. We also have the PCE. Also, this is what the Fed uses versus the CPI. And it shows that September, we went 3.4, 3.4, 3.4, 3.2. So we're going in the wrong direction with the PCE. We could also look at the CPI, but we know that when the CPI looks good, we'll add all of the CPI in, and when the CPI looks bad, we'll just strip out food and fuel to make it look less ugly. But we do look like we're going to have some inflation coming up, which gets us to our next thing. Let's look at gas prices. This is AAA gas prices. And we are right here. I happen to be right here in Rutherford, and it says it's at 3.174. This is AAA telling us that. If you lived in Davidson County, it's going to be a little bit higher. And if you lived in Chattanooga, say down here, where's Chattanooga? Down here somewhere, Bradley, Hamilton, there it is, $3 a gallon. At the lowest, it's actually the deepest blue, that's the lowest. And if we go to the corner, Polk County, it's just a little bit above that. So what does that take us to? Well, let's talk about the 30-year fixed mortgage rates, because that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what everybody who's looking to buy or sell property is consumed with. What is the interest rates? Now, we saw that previous episodes we reported on others reporting that the Fed is going to go higher longer. And they better get a move on it. If they're going to do that, if they're going to try to control it with the cost of money, they better be getting a move on it, because as you saw from the GDP, it's not working. We see from the PCE, we still have inflation. We are seeing a little bit of a break in gas prices, but oil, I think, was still up around $100 a barrel for the various flavors thereof. Get back to the mortgage rates. What do we have going on here? We see that we're actually down a little bit. We're still spiking on our daily average, and we are down a little bit. We came back up a little bit today, but it shouldn't have been too significant. We see that today it was 7.88. Yesterday, 7.87, so that's about as small of a rise up as you can go, ticking up, and still call it in the red direction. And of course, took a big jump down the day before that of 0.08%. So that's what we have. I don't know what the future holds. I like to see the energy prices coming down. I like to see our GDP going up I don't particularly like to see the PCE or CPI or PPI go up because they're going to measure our inflation. I had another page of this that we were going to go into, but I think I'll leave it right here for time-wise. It was breaking down. They are working on kind of redefining a little bit of how they're going to report this and kind of giving it a different name. But the bottom line is, you feel it, I feel it when prices go up, and they are in fact going up. The economy is still going good, so as long as the GDP is going up, we know that we're still cooking right along despite these high rate increases that we're seeing. So that's it. So let's get into our numbers for this week. Hello, I'm Delbridge of Benchmark Realty, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you are currently unrepresented and would like to know how to compare up to 3 properties side by side and room by room, then go over to my new YouTube channel, CallDelToSell. That's 1 L and Del, no spaces. Watch the demo on Real Scout, and then call me and we'll set up your exclusive ad-free account today. Last week, 10/20 of 23, we had 20,280 in the opportunities. That was up over the previous period. 3517 were the under contracts, still showing they went down a little bit, and we dropped to 17% on an integer level. For this week, 10/27/23, we have 2432, up slightly over the previous week, and we have 3450 in the under contracts, still showing. That did drop a little bit, but at the integer level we remain the same at 17%. So sorry to hit you with these stock photos, but had a little surgery on a body part, and it's a little hard to get a dress shirt on in order to do the show. So hopefully we'll be back to wearing our multicolored Benchmark shirts next week. Appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good, safe weekend. And I understand we got a little cold snap coming. That might be fun. Maybe we can start a little fire, have a little autumn-like weather after all. Appreciate you.